All right. So, hello everyone. So this is us. We're here in Provo, Utah. And apparently my silly Navigraph Simlink thing is not working. Which it never likes to work when I change sims for whatever reason. So, in theory, I might just have to restart the old Navigraph here. Anyway, there we are. That's us. So we're here in Provo, Utah, and we're going to go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So as the crow flies, it's about 208 miles. However, we're probably going to have to put something a little bit more, little different to that together. In my experience, coming into Jackson Hole, they like to route everyone via Denor. So I would estimate that will probably end up having something like the airway along here, out to here, and then down to Denor. So what have we got? Let's have a look and see if we've got something here that we can use. So out of here, we're going to do the Provo 4 departure. So we've got an RNAV SID, which is the Diddy, which we're not going to be able to do. So we're going to do the Provo 4 obstacle departure. Depending on what runway's in use, we're going to end up at the Fairfield Foxtrot Uniform VOR. So either way, we're going to end up there at some point. So that's a good starting place. After that, what have we got? We got a J airway up this way. Got a J airway going up this way. I reckon probably J9. J9 for now. Which puts us up here. And then we've got Jackson Hole there, but we also have the Denor VOR here, so that's Victor 298. So I reckon probably something like that is what we will file. Whether or not we get it, I don't know. But that's probably fairly reasonable for us to file. And we can see what we can see from that. So, yeah, nice. G'day, Busy. So what's that, 341, I think? I think that's about a 341 track. So west will do like something even, I'd say. Who's this? Oh, hello, Mr. Two-Tone. Welcome on in. Thanks, Raiders. Dougal, Muse fan. How's your stream, mate? Thanks for dropping in. Thank you so much. We're just doing a little flight planning session here and seeing what we can see. Evening. Hope you're well. I think this is what we'll plan on. And then see if we can go from there. But something like that, I think, is probably going to be a fairly reasonable plan, and we'll just see what ATC gives us. So this initial leg is on, what do we got? 341, so something even for us, I think. Hey, Joey Bolo, welcome. Thanks for the raid. Zybok, welcome. Thanks for bringing your folks here. I hope you had an awesome stream. So we probably want something even FL. That's probably going to be the route that we start with. Provo 4, and then something like that. I think will be exactly what we're chasing. That's what we'll file. Don't know if we'll get it. We'll call them up and just see what we can see, and then go from there. Either way, that gives us a route distance of about 344 miles. And let's have a look at some weather here. Oh, it's 33 degrees. Yuck. 33C. Sticky, thank you for the thank you very much for the gift sub to the community. What a legend. Thank you very much, sir. And we're at an elevation here of 45. All right, so That's what we're going to file. Whether or not we get it remains to be seen. Let's use the Salt Lake winds here. We've got 24,000, 30,000, 34,000, so on and so forth. I would estimate we're going to be somewhere in this range. So what do we got for Salt Lake at that altitude? 260 at 22 knots, negative 20. 270 at 35 knots, and minus 35. So if we can get flight level 300, I think that might be fairly reasonable for us. It's going to be mostly crosswind anyway, because if we look at that, it's 27 and 26. So it's going to be all crosswind for our route of travel anyway. Okay, Vinny, thanks for dropping in. Take care. So what's that going to be for us? I'll just copy these across. So, and we'll just tie these up so it's a little bit easier to read. 260 at 22, and then minus 20C. 270 at 35, and it was minus 35. That's for flight level 300. And the other one was flight level 240. Alright, so those are the wins. Fat Daniel, thanks for the Prime sub. Thanks for the 3 months.
Less than 3.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Welcome on in. So those are the wins. That's all looking fairly good. The one thing that we do want to do is calculate what the ISA deviation is, so we know which chart to use. So we do have a bunch of charts here for cruise flow planning and cruise planning, which are all in the manual here. But there's a bunch of charts which have different weights and also different deviations from the ISA temp. So that's the standard temp, international standard atmosphere, which is 15 degrees at sea level. So to check all of that sort of business out, let's do the 30,000 feet numbers. So what we need to do is do 30,000 times 1.98. So the standard lapse rate is 1.98 degrees Celsius per 1,000 feet. So do that times 30, which is 59.4. And then we can do... Thank you. And then we can do 15 minus 59.4, which gives us minus 44, which is the temperature it should be at 30,000 feet. However, it's in fact negative 35, so that's going to be ISA plus 10. So we'll need to use the ISA plus 10 chart, which will be this one here. And we'll do the planning at max takeoff weight, just so we get the worst case scenario out of it. It's a conservative way to do it. Interestingly, it doesn't give us 30,000 foot numbers. It gives us 29 and 31, but no 30. But that's ISA plus 10. And we're smack bang in the middle of these two, so that sounds about right for us. That gives us a TAS of 314 and 308, which is 6 difference. So we'll call it 311. So our true airspeed will be 311. Hey, Firebird. So ISA plus 10 TAS will be 311, and our fuel flow at cruise will be... what do we got? To fuel flow total, 740 and 688. So what's the difference in that? 50. So plus 25. Let's do 715 then, I guess. 715 pounds an hour. All right, so that's that. That gives us enough to probably file a flight plan, eh? It's going to be a very, very basic one. We still haven't done the cruise chart for it. We do need to do a cruise chart still, so... sorry, a climb chart. but it's enough for us to get going. So we're IFR. I've already forgotten what my rego is. 786 BP. Hey Tony, good morning. I see we're all on a first name initial here. That's awesome. Alright, so we're 786 BP. For Starship. Let's do... Technically we're RNAV, no GNSS, but I've noticed sometimes they'll give us weird routes with it. So we'll just do DME transponder non-RVSM. Thanks for the 100 bits, Steve. Or S, I'm sorry. And now we can look at our filed TAS, which was... where was my bloody highly technical planning document? 311. Departing Provo. Is it KPVU? PVU. Grab that route that I made. Jackson Hole. Flight level 300. No alternate for now. But that should work nicely for us. Good. All right, next bit. We need to do our calculation of our climb chart. So let's have a look at the manual again. That's our chart for cruise. We need the time, fuel, distance to cruise climb. So let's grab this fella here. And I'm just going to chuck it here onto the chart. All right, what are we going to do? Outside air temperature, what did we say it was? It was 30, I think. Yeah, 33, disgusting. So 33 degrees Celsius, which is there. We need to go up to the... I think we're at the 4,500 foot line, so about... I think we're at 4,500, so there. Oops. Oh yeah, my goodness. It's very technical, as you can see. Doing performance parameters in Paint. So what's that? 2, 4, yeah, so 3 is actually there. And there's the 4,000 foot line there. And then we go across to the climb weight, which we're going to do at maximum weight just for our planning. Oops. And there's our first line. Our second line is done at, I believe, our cruise level and the outside air temperature for cruise. So we determined that was going to be negative 35, which is smack bang in the middle, and 30,000 feet. So that's in between 29 and 31. Wait, I need that line to be straight, sir. 31 is that line there. And there's 29, so midway between there is probably fine. And then we can put another line in. Back to our weight before, which is that one. So the reason I'm doing it all at max weight is because I don't know what my weight's going to be. I'll know how many passengers I've got. We'll have like 3 packs or something, but I don't know what our weight's going to be on fuel because we haven't done the fuel plan yet. So this is the most conservative way to do it because it'll always plan the most amount based on the highest weight. So, and then that's our line there. So looking at that, it's going to be, what do we got? That's 100. So that's probably 40. 40 minus 420 is 380 pounds. So 380 pounds for our fuel. Climb fuel. And that's also going to be how many minutes? 24 minus 2 is 22. Oh, wait a minute. 26 minus 2 is 24, so about 24 minutes. And also it's going to be 85 minus 5, so about 80 miles to climb. So that works fairly well for me. So 80 nautical miles and 24 minutes. Cool. On top of that, it gives us at 110 pounds fuel for start, taxi, and takeoff. So 110 pounds for start, taxi, and takeoff. We need to calculate our cruise fuel. So based on a fuel flow of 715 pounds per hour from our cruise level and doing 310 knots TAS, our total distance was 344. Technically speaking, we could minus the distance to climb from that, which would give us a lesser figure than if we did the entire route at the cruise flow. So we only need to do 264 divided by 311, which was our TAS, which gives us 0.84 of an hour, times 716, which is our, or 715, which is our fuel flow at that level. So that's 607 pounds of fuel for the cruise. Which we'll do. On top of that, we need 45 minutes of IFR reserve, so 715 divided by 100 times 45, 322 pounds for our reserve. And that was our taxi. So all up, we need to add all these numbers together, and that's our fuel, ideally for the flight here. Dreamer, hello. Axel, hello. So that's going to be 380 plus 110 plus 607 plus 322. So that's 1,400 pounds. In theory, in theory that should work. Just looking at that, that gives about a 2-hour allowance. So that should work. What is IFR reserve? Hello, FlySim World. What is that? I don't know. Good to see ya. So in theory, that's our flight planning done. In theory. Very, very poorly done, but done nonetheless. So let's jump into the plane. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for the raid, Cowie. Let's turn these fellas off. Alright, so we're in the airplane here. My controls are all good. I'm just going to set that to idle. Just to get the percentage. So 75%. Alright, so we're cut off, full forward idle, parking brake set, gear is down, control lock is stowed. Alright, battery on, oxygen pressure is good, 46 degrees in the back, very hot, and the trim positions are all where they need to be, so battery off. Cool, so let's do the weight and balance business here. So I've currently got fuel, which we don't need. So let's get rid of the yacht tanks here. And we said we needed how much fuel? We needed like 1,500 pounds, was it? I think we said a total of 1,500 or so. 1,420, so we might just do 1,500. just for... we might just do 1500 for roundness. So 737, 737. That's about what we're going to have anyway. Me and the co-pilot, and then 2 packs. Baggage in the back. Center of gravity is within limits. Giving us a gross weight of 12.1, which is about 3,000 pounds underneath what we planned for. So our numbers are conservative and looking good there. So just before we get too excited, I do need to check the levels again. 737 and 737. And nothing within the aft tanks. No alternate fuel. Not at the minute. Okay, let's connect up the GPU. GPU's 28 volts. And we'll do external power on, alternate avionics blower on, temperature mode to manual, cabin temp and cockpit temp all the way to 0, cockpit blower and cabin blower all the way up to high manual mode. I just put the IFR reserve on, Tim. I didn't put any contingency fuel on.
Maybe it wasn't a dream.
Ingo, thanks for the follow. And I'll turn the ICAS on. Here it comes. Marvelous. Just gonna leave that up. Look at how hot it is. Disgusting. Disgusting. Alright, let's do a quick little walk around because it's hot as anything and we gotta get out of here. Alright, so checking all of our business here. I'm not gonna do a full walk around, we're just gonna do a little bit of a cursory glance, make sure everything's where it needs to be. And remove the pins, covers, chocks, so on and so forth. Oops. Wait. Make sure everything's sort of where it needs to be. No panels are open. General condition of everything's looking good. Is there a sim brief profile for it, Tim? I didn't know there was. Calculations mostly match. Oh, nice. Hey, so that was minimum takeoff fuel plus 110. That's pretty close. That's pretty good. That's within a little bit of... That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I didn't know that there was a sim brief profile. That's why I was doing it by... by hand. Anyway, you can just do it through sim brief. What level did it give you? Did you calculate flight level 300, or is that what it... Did you select 300, or is that what it suggested for you? You manually entered 300. I'd be curious to know what level it thinks that we should have for that for this leg. I'd be sort of curious to know what it reckons would be optimal. It might be a little bit lower, I would say. Hello. It wanted 400. I don't even think it goes up to 400. I don't even think that's... I think that's above the ceiling of it. Alright, let's get out of here. It's way too hot. Look at this. Disgusting. Alright. So... Oh, at 4-1... Oh, there you go. Alright, so, we've got the battery on. We've got the external power on. Let's check the breakers. Nothing's popped on the left. Auxiliary panel is good. Check the breakers on the right. Nothing's popped. Wait. Control lock, it's clear and stowed. We've got the ICAS on. Oxygen system on. Set up all of our common nav stuff here. That's all looking good. And one thing I didn't check was the standby indicator before I put it onto the power. But in theory, if you have no power on and you select that on, it should come on with the on-bat light there. Alright. Lovely. So, I think we're probably fairly reasonable to get going here shortly. Reversionary panels are all fine. Reversionary's all good. All good. My O2's good. These figures are very, very rough, by the way. That's why I didn't really want to dwell on them too much. They weren't very well done. But that's what I had. There you go. I'm going to call up center and get the clearance here. So what do we want? 1222. Oops. Do it this way. Alright, 1222. Let me call up and get the clearance here. Oops. 1222. And we will get these ones going. This is going to cause a lot of heat, but we'll get underway. Alright, so we are talking to whom? Salt Lake departure. Here we go. Salt Lake departure, g'day, November 786 Bravo Papas at Provo, IFR to Jackson Hole.
Bravo Papa, Salt Lake Center, clear to the Jackson Hole Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 2000. Expect flight level 300, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 2442, hold for release.
Radio, clear to Jackson Hole is filed, 2000, flight level 300 in 10 minutes, 128.1 and squawk 2442, hold for release, November 786 Bravo Papa.
786 Bravo Papa, reback correct, advise number 1 ready for departure.
Okay. Right, lovely. Clearance received, we're 24, oops, 2, 4, 4-2. I think I just probably did it wrong, to be honest, Tim. Alright, let's do this. Alright, Provo is closest, so let's tune that fella up. So Provo's here, which is 1084. 108. I'm just going to leave that up in case we start to see some overheating action. 1084. And received, confirmed, all data's okay, database is good. Alright, same for us here. Database good, Provo received, good. Nautical miles pistol. Alright, so Lovely. Trip planning. What was our TAS? It was 311 and it's mostly crosswind, so I'm going to say it's about 311. And then 711. Okay. Index. Fuel management. How much should we have on board? We said 14 something. 737 times 2, so I can do math. 1494. Oops. Lovely. Alright, and we have 2 packs. Good. So we want to do the flight planning. So we're here at Provo. K. P. V. Oh. Oh. V. U. KPVU. Okay. And then we have our flight plan here. I'm not going to code the departure, mostly because it's just going to be a pain in the ass. So we'll just go from Fairfield. It's going to be Foxtrot, Foxtrot uniform. In fact, I wonder if we can do it this way. Fairfield. Okay, nice. So after Fairfield, it's then going to be Wasatch. So I used the joystick there to slew it to the Fairfield VOR, and then I just hit enter, which allowed it to select that. So Wasatch is Tango Charlie Hotel. And then hotel. Enter. Which is what we're chasing there, which is good. After Wasatch, it's then going to be... Wait a minute, I've got it up here. After Wasatch, it's then going to be Delta Bravo Sierra. D. B. S. DBS. Hello, Maple. Enter. DBS. Okay. After DBS, it's then going to be Sabat. After Sabat, it's then going to be Lamon. After Lamon, it's going to be... Oh my goodness, we got like 6 different bloody fixes all within a couple of miles of each other. Relay. After Relay, it'll be Quirt. After Quirt, it'll be Nesset. After Nesset, it'll be Nelsey. Oops. Nelsey. After Nelsey, it'll then be Denor. I just realized that I think we filed 300, right? Which is RVSM. So I wouldn't say anything about that. We might need to request a lower level. And I think I filed as Slant Alpha, which is non-RVSM. But anyway, after that it'll be Jackson Hole Direct. Let's see if the joystick will pick it up. No, I think we'll just put it in this way. K, J, A, C. Lovely. Alright, that's our flight planning done. Nothing's faulted yet, so that's a good start. So, end flight plan. Total distance 344. Provo to Jackson. Plan map. I think we should all be fine there, so good. Lovely. So, we need to set our radios up for the departure here. Enchanted Sticky. I am very impressed. Very happy. Alright, variable at 5 knots. I think we might depart... I think we might depart runway 1... What's this one here? Maybe runway 13. So runway 13 for us is going to be climbing right turn to 9,000 feet via the Provo 230 radial to the Caleb intersection. And then it's going to be a right turn to intercept the 160 radial from Fairfield. So 1084 and 1166. Let's set those up here. 1084 and 1166. And then 1166 on this side. Alright, so Provo, Fairfield, good. 230. Alright, let's have a look-see. So 230. Good. And then runway 13, which is going to be 134. I might ask that ailerons. We'll see how busy they are and if they are able to facilitate it. Good morning, by the way. Lovely to see you. Altimeter is 30 even Stevens. We got cleared to 12. Alright. There we go. Runway track. Provo 230 radial. After that, we're going to have to do a flippity flop to 1166 and then tune up 340 course inbound to the Fairfield VOR. After the Fairfield VOR, it's straight tracking north, which is the reason that I've decided to do it this way, so we don't have to make that big turnaround, especially if the winds are variable. If we depart this way, we can just go whoop on our way and then head north. Right, so quick position check of everything here. We've got the O2 going. We'll do the tests here shortly. Good. Alright. Good. We can initialize that, but I won't use it. Cabin temps coming down. That's all good. Alright, so let's set this side up to be FMS. We'll do this to be VOR2, which is going to be the Fairfield VOR, and we want it on course 340, so... Oops, I should have just left it where it was. So we can even pre-select this. So if we want to not do all the flip-floppity stuffing around with changing radials and stuff, we can actually just go nav source VOR2 and it's all pre-selected on that course and on the station that we want. So that makes life a lot easier for us. Cool. We do have a message probably about the VLF. We can update that. Not that we're using it, but that'll clear the message out in theory. Yep, there it goes. Lovely. Alright, everyone set? What's the CTAF here? 25.3. I prefer to use the CDU for doing the radio tuning. Just makes things a little bit easier. 1253, 1222, and then our departure frequency was 1281, which is that fella. So that's center that we talked to. That's CTAF. That's our departure frequency. And now we're squawking our code as well. We're heading up to 30, so we'll set this now. And then we'll piss off. Right. Index, normal procs, clear, pre-flight checks. So a lot of this stuff we've already done, so we're not going to bother with doing a lot of this, but we'll just check it off anyway. Parking brake set, control locks removed, gear controls down, batteries on. We've set the position and checked everything. Fuel quantity's been checked, O2's good. Closed, off, removed, 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 locked. So that's actually all done. Before starting engines. Circuit breakers left, right, aux all in. Outboard reversionary panels are set. Seatbelt shoulder harnesses secure. Belts are good. Parking brake set. Audio panels and mic selected. Static source is normal. O2 system ready. Masks have been tested. Ice protection's all off. Landing gear control down. Any skid switch I missed, but that's on now. Center reversionary panel is fine. Standby instruments on. Prop levers, power levers idle, and prop levers full forward. Condition levers fuel cutoff, bleed air off. Temp mode is manual because we need it. Batteries on. Triple fed bus, 27.2, 22 minimum. Center bus, 23 minimum, 28 volts. ICAS on firewall shutoffs. Pushed on. Closed, extinguisher, extinguisher closed. Standby pumps. Waiting for those to extinguish. Excuse me, they should be illuminated. Illuminated. Push open. Extinguished, 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 extinguished. Standby pumps off. Good. And they're illuminated now. Transfer fuel. Transferring left. Center. Transferring right. Center. Illuminated. They were extinguished throughout the flow. Avionics alternate blower is on. We're not going to turn it off because we need it. Alright, total fuel 737, 737, so 1400, which is what we planned. Oxygen pressure is 1850. Lights. Let's do these ones. Good. Alright, engine starting with external power. Let's do it. Alright, battery volts. We've already added the external power, so we can actually skip a lot of this. Because we've already connected the power up. Yep. Good. We're good for a start. Clear left. Clear right. We've got plugs, covers, chocks. All removed. Oh, there's some chaps there. Plugs, covers, chocks, all removed. Let's start her up. Right, ignition and engine start. Turning 2. N1. Oil pressure. %, minimum. I'm going to run it a little bit longer because it's hot outside and I don't want it to cook. Fuel on. Below 1,000. Rising, rising. Dropping. And then secondary rise. 55% starter off. 65% condition run. Okay, good start on the right, turning the left. How are the sounds? All okay? N1, oil pressure. 12 min. 8. Fuel on. Light off. That was a bit toastier, that one. $55. 65. All right. I'm going to hang the gen before we kill the external power, just so we don't lose everything. But it is paralleled now, within 10%. And buses are normal. You can kill the external, and they can disconnect it. 62 degrees in the front, so we got to get going shortly. Otherwise, we're going to have a bad day. Things are going to start to overheat. All right. Reset that on. 28. 28. Gen tires normal, extinguished. Generator load paralleled. Prop levers full forward. There they go. All right. So that's all of our starting stuff done before taxi. Avionics are on, standby indicators are all good. Bleed air valves selected both. Temp mode selector is actually selected manual because we need it as cool as possible. Lights. Cabin lights and furnishings, no smokes and seatbelts. Yep. AHARS is extinguished. CDU date time we've done. Radar, well, you can do a quick little check here. Checked. Yeah, definitely overheated. It's 31 in the back, so not ideal. All right, so next is our 7-page run-up. So we'll taxi out of here somewhere and find somewhere appropriate to do that. I think there might be a little... We might just pop into somewhere around... We might taxi out here, pop into this little bay, and then do our stuff there, and then finish. So let's go. Brakes released. Brake check's good. Steering's good. We got numbers increasing, numbers increasing, numbers increasing. Left turn, numbers decreasing, decreasing, decreasing. Yeah, I reckon that little run-up's going to work for us. If you don't do it line by line, it can be condensed. You're absolutely right. If you're proficient at the aeroplane, you can do it probably in 5 minutes, the entire thing. Okay, lights are good. Fire detector test. Good. Good. Oxbat test. Yeah, I'm on PE. Bravo traffic, Starship 786, Bravo, Papa, taxis, Charlie, cross 18 to the Alpha holding point 13, Provo. Alright, standby, battery test is okay. Bat monitor test. Fuel low warning. Which one's that? That one. Did you guys see that? Yeah, fuel low warning's good. Sorry, we need to do the stall warning test, which we've not done as of this point, but I don't really want to be doing that while I'm taxiing. all that much, because I do need to check all the varied indications for that. So indeed, yeah. And this is also the full one, so this would be a first flight of the day thing. This full one, the 7-page one that we're looking at, would probably be more considered a first flight of the day check, I would say, more than anything. Alright, temp's coming down, which is good. And I don't think we've had any overheats yet, so that's even better. Yeah. When I was flying the 206, I used to go do all the... do everything ahead of time. Go run up the aeroplane, do all the checks and stuff like that, and then you'd be good to go. Baron as well. Alright, let's point it into the wind somewhat. Not take out that light. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we need to do the stall warning test, verify that the parking brake is set. It is, in fact. And we're in idle there, so that's good. Alright, stall warning test. We're looking for AOA increasing, column pusher, and then left and right stall warn fail. There it goes. And there's the BPs, so we're good there. MMO VMO test. Oops. Landing gear test. Horn and light. Annunciator test. Everything's lit up like a Christmas tree. Bloody marvelous. Bleed air test. Left and right fail lights illuminated. And fuselage as well. Lovely. Oh, good morning, Mr. Miles. Good stuff. Alright, bleed air test is done. We need to set power as required for 23 pounds. So we're almost there. There's 23 pounds. Oh. £23. And we need to select the bleed airs to off. System goes to 0. Low pressure illuminated. Okay. Pneumatic pressure 0 for off position. Boot fail lights on the de-ice vac. And we got boot fail lights. Bleed air valves left. Pressure left. Whoops. Right. Selected both. Low pressure lights are gone. Boot fail messages gone. Alright, 23 to 25 for both. 23 to 25 for pressure tests. Rates decreasing. Forward wing manual switch. Forward wing manual switch. See if we can see those going. Yeah, they're going. Main wing inboard switch. I can't see from the cockpit here, but I'm going to say is probably good. I can't see all that well, but the pneumatic pressure's dropping and I assume they're inflating, so... Standby de-ice test. Yep. Yep. Although I don't get the white de-ice message there. Interestingly. Okay. Engine ice actuator switches to standby. Ice protection both on. Stall warn heaters Load meter increases. Load meter increases. Load meter increases. Windshield heat high. Load meter increases. Vent cabin heat. Cable heats, excuse me. Load meter increases. Both engine anti-ice messages illuminated. Illuminated. Actuator switches both main. Both main. Protection both off. Both off. Ground ice detector switch. Ground ice detector switch. Hey Wale, icing good. Ice protection is all off now. Alright, DI sequence switch. Both inflate in sequence. I can't see it, but I do see the pressure dropping, so I assume they're going. Okay, power levers to idle. Power levers to idle. Both engine anti-ice messages extinguished. Pressurization set 1000 above altitude, above cruise. Rate knobs in the 10 o'clock. We're in normal full counterclockwise. Avionics set and checked. Radar altimeter test. Autopilot. Let's do it this way. Autopilot engaged. 10 degrees to left. Heading mode. Steering left. To the right. Steering right. Disconnect. And disconnect. And I need to reset the trim lest we run into troubles again. Cool. Alright. Done. Done. Pitch trim is in normal, and we just tried the pitch trim there to reset it. Pitch trim switch to standby, and standby switches are working. Roll trim. Set and is working. Rudder trim, slide to A test. Exercise the knob. Slide to B test. Exercise the knob. Alright. Set for takeoff. Flap and forward wing. Alright. Extendo, please. Hello, Mr. Horse. Hello, Mr. Pringles. Hello, Mr. Tank. There's our extendo. Flight controls. Watch these nuts guts. Selected. Power levers. Idle. Propeller test switch. Hold to low pitch. And we're looking for about a 200 drop here. 250 drop. 350 drop. Okay. Let those recover. Select to overspeed. Power levers increased to 1600 RPM. Release, increase. Node increase, power levers idle. Power levers idle, engine ignition. Illuminated. Advanced through 17% torque. Through 17%. And they're extinguished, power levers idle. Ignition off. Low RPM. Low RPM. Auto feather switch, hold to test. Auto feather switch, hold to test. Power levers 17%. Yeah, this is tomorrow danger zone. 17 auto feathers enabled. Labeled power lever left until prop feathers. There it goes. Oops. Didn't mean to put it into beta, but that one feathered also reset to 17. Okay. Dr. Nasty Toast, thanks for the raid. Welcome on in. Auto feathered arm. Thank you so much for the raid. Manual feathering. We're on the last page now, folks. Manual feather. So there's a red area there because you don't want to operate it long in that range because it can cause high strain and oops, it can cause high strain on the components within that range. Okay, full forwards. Standby altimeter is set 92s. Flight nav instruments, okay. Flight and engine displays, good. Alright, final items to go. Woohoo! You burnt through your entire wage. Yeah, me too. That's sort of how it goes, eh? Yeah, set to release tomorrow, the 19th. I appreciate it. You know, all the raids and stuff, it means you thought about the stream and you decided to bring folks here. I think that's an awesome thing to do. So, thank you. Best regards. Black One, hello. Guten Abend. Early morning for you. Or late night. Silly unknownish guy, it's coming out. This plane is set to release tomorrow. Alright, let's talk to Salt Lake. It's the beach Starship, friend to all, but yeah. Salt Lake Center, hello, November 786 Bravo Papa's at runway 13 Provo, ready for IFR release.
786 Bravo Papa, Salt Lake Center, you're released for departure, clearance void, if not off, in 10 minutes.
Release for departure, 786 Bravo Papa. Alright, so we are released, so let's do it. So stalls, pedos, ice protection, vent cable heat. So a lot of this stuff I'm actually going to hold up until we line up on the runway. I'm going to do the rest of the stuff, but the a lot of this stuff I'm just going to belay just so we don't overheat everything here, because there's a lot of stuff here that we can overheat. Windshield heats will do on the runway. Not required. Gen loads are fine. Alright, so that's finished with those cyan items to go. And we are released, so we can get going. Clear on the right, clear center, clear left. Bravo traffic, November 786 Bravo Papa, Starship departing runway 13 for a departure to the north, Provo. So we've made our call on the CTAF. Runway 13 checks. This is all going to happen really quickly. I don't want to have a pitot overheat on the ground here, so we're going to set a couple of things up. So we are released. There's idle. Let's get some takeoff guidance. Go around, roll. Good, good, good. Alright, that's good. And... okay, I didn't turn off the venting cable heats before, but... just double check all this. Alright, that's checklist complete. Let's go. Thank you.
Rotate. Positive rate.
Okay, we got auto feather 2 lights, speed's alive, V1, and we're going. Positive rate, gear up. Your damper. Overfly the VOR, right turn to intercept the 230 radial outbound. Forward wing retracted. Climb power coming in. Prop sync on. Heading. IAS. Autopilot. Alright, we're making a right turn to intercept the 230 radial outbound, and 180 knots coming in. Alright, so... Your damper, climb power, prop sync, engine display, and lights to go. Oops, leave that on, leave that off, and leave that fella on. Okay, so we're now intercepting our track outbound and we'll contact center. Alright, what are we? 3 miles to the south of Provo. Salt Lake departure, g'day, November 786 Bravo Pars, about 3 miles to the southeast of Provo, 9,200, climbing 12,000.
For 786 Bravo Papa, Salt Lake departure, ident.
Alright. I think that's the ident button.
For 6 Bravo Papa, right for contact. We'll call it 10 miles southeast of Fairfield. Climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb and maintain 230, 786 Bravo Papa. Alright, so we're about to intercept our radial. It's looking like it's coming alive. So let's do a little nav mode here in a sec. Okay, VOR. It's put me into pitch, so we'll go back to IAS. Alright, temps and pressures. Yep, we're good for now. Probably can get rid of the avionics blower. Make sure there's nothing faulting. Nope. Okay, we cleared a 230. Caleb is 10.5 miles. So we're looking for 10.5 miles reference Provo. So that's 3.5 to go. 170. Okay, we're looking for 10.5 miles. I'm just going to bug up here. And we're going to do nav control, nav source. So there's 10 point, oh there's 10, we need 10.5, which is the Caleb intersection. Heading select. 10.5. VOR2. Right turn. And we got to intercept that radial inbound now to Provo. Oh, hello, Quaz. I absolutely love it. Okay, so now, after our intercept of this radial, and after we get to Fairfield, it's going to be a 340 track outbound from Fairfield, or 341. So we're all set. And see you later. Want to go? Correction, no, excuse me. Through 17 for 23. Select standard. Select standard. Cabin's doing something. And the radial should come in a second here. This is all going to be quite quick because we're fairly close to the station. We're only 5 miles away. So that's probably going to come in fairly quick here. Just waiting for the head of the needle to drop. Here it comes. And VOR. Sorry that I'm spending so much time in the cockpit, but it is an instrument departure, so we'll be able to look out the top once we get a little bit further along here. Alright, so we're now 3 miles to run to the VOR. We'll wait for it to sort of center up here. We'll bug up, select heading, and then we'll go from there. So there's rolling wings level. We could probably give it a little bit more juice. It's sort of umming and ahhing here because we're so close to the nav aid, so we'll just select heading. 341's our track outbound from Fairfield. Looks like we got station
786 Bravo Papa, contact Salt Lake Center 135.77.
3577 786 Bravo Papa. Salt Lake Center, hello, November 786 Bravo Papa's 22.2, kilometer 230.
Number 786 Bravo Papa, Salt Lake Center, climb and maintain flight level 300.
Up to 300, 786 Bravo Papa. Alright, that's looking fairly good. It's a bit wishy-washy because we're close to the nav aid. However, it is working fairly well for us. Let's go back to present position map, displayo, and we'll sort of get situated here. I need to give it an IAS climb again there. Now we'll get situated on the outbound here. We are still in a heading select, so let's do this nav source, FMS1, and it's drawing from Fairfield to our first fix there. So we can now put it back in a nav mode. FMS1 IAS outcell. And there you have it. Bloody marvellous. Hello, Boulder. Hello, Mountain Man. Comes with the 430 here, which you can use to drive the autopilot if you want. I don't because I don't like it, but you can use it if you want. And to connect it all up, there is a option here under system control, where you can use AP nav source GNS, which is the GPS, and that'll work fine for you. Nice. There you have it. We're actually a little bit below our limits here, so we can give it a 840. Give it 840 on the climb here. There is a sim brief as of today, I believe. We did all of our manual planning, but there is a sim brief, I think, as of today. There's the Salt Lake. It's very lakey. I wouldn't say it was expertly done, but it was definitely done. Oh, I didn't even start the tracker up. Oh, yes, I did. So that kind of looks like the departure. There you go. Oh, a little bit hot there, son. But there you have it. In theory, I think we should want to arrive overhead with 300 and something pounds of fuel. So what we can do is we go to prog page, and it's saying that we're going to arrive Jackson with 333 pounds, which is, in theory, should be our IFR reserve, which in our case was 322, and we're arriving with 336. So burn the cruise fuel, burn the taxi fuel, burn the climb fuel, but that's what we should arrive with, because that's what we planned. So that's... we are in the climb, and it is increasing, but that's not awful. That's not bad. What's 11 pounds between friends? I know. But there you have it. I love this thing. I honestly can't tell you guys how much I love this plane. I love the challenge of it. I love the idea of having to keep it within parameters so you don't cook it. I love everything about it. I love the controls, I love the flight systems, I love everything about it. I was so happy that I was able to snag a copy to show off to everyone. Oops. Set the temp mode to auto. Yeah. You enjoy flying this? I do. Alright, so there's cruise. Let's get rid of the auto feather. Auto feather lights are gone, and we'll bring it back to like 1600 and run the cruise checks. Alright, cruise checklist. Climb power 97 and 16. Auto feather off, lights as required, engine display and fuel quantities as required. See if we can get a ground mappage. I absolutely love flying this. Absolutely love. I'm not sure if anyone's noticed that, but I absolutely love this thing. Alright, there's 300. I'm hiding it really well. I try my best. I don't want my other planes to get, I don't want my other planes to get, I don't want them to get jealous. Right, so, in theory, we should sort of stabilize at about 311 knots TAS. Which is what we sort of calculated we would get based off our very, very impressive interpolation. Maximum cruise power at ice plus... Oh. Actually, what did I do? Did I do maximum cruise power? I don't remember which one I did. I don't remember which chart I used. Where's the VSI? It's this thing. See this inner scale? So that's 7,000... That's 10,000 feet above. Oh, that's 10,000 feet positive. 10,000 feet negative. So that's the altimeter. And then this inner scale is the vertical speed. Hey, look at the temperature. That's the isotemp. Which is what we calculated. Look at that. Where's my flight planning document? Didn't I say negative... Yeah, negative 35. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Stand by. So we've got... I don't remember if that one's... that should be... I don't know if that's actual. And then that's... isotemp. Because that's... That might actually be indicated and then... I don't know. Because that matches up with what the winds aloft thing gave us. When I checked on the winds aloft aviation.gov website, that's what it gave me, negative 35 at 300. We got 35 miles to run. So it's not the quickest thing in the world, but it also doesn't help that we've got entirely crosswind. 270 at 35, 270 and 36. That's pretty... That is the... That's exactly what we planned for. That's the temp that we planned for. That's the level that we planned for. That's kind of interesting. And we're within 5 knots of cruise TAS, which is what we planned. We planned 311, we're doing 316. So there you go. It's a shame that the weather is so nice. I wonder what the weather's like at Jackson's Hole. It's a bit windy. But clear in a million. Arriving 1-9. Should we do an instrument approach in this thing? I don't think I've done one yet on the stream. See how we go. Maybe we can do this VOR approach. I didn't know that, Dad Game Time. I don't know why I love the look of that wing. Look at it. Oh, oh, oh. Chef's kiss. Bloody marvelous. That's probably a bit loud on the outside, sorry guys. How's that for sound? Is that a little bit better? I'm sorry, it was a bit loud before. Is that better? I got some fellas coming along. What a beautiful aeroplane.
6 Bravo Papa, contact Salt Lake Center 128.72.
2872 November 6 Bravo Papa. Salt Lake, hello, November 786 Bravo Papa's 300.
786 Bravo Papa, Salt Lake Center, roger.
Lovely. All right, we should set up our radios to be something a little bit more useful, because at the moment we're tracking outbound from Wasatch 1168. 116. Was it 1168? 1168. So 1168 trending outbound. Outbound. Next one is going to be Dubois. 1169. After that, it's going to be Denor, which is 1172. 1172, 1172. And then after that, Pro Jackson, 1154. There you go. So that way, we've got everything loaded up, and all we have to do is go... Whoop. That's what I thought, Dad Game Time. That's what I thought. That's what I've heard, and that's what I thought. I just didn't want to embarrass myself and say it. Oh, hello, Mr. Crash of the Captain variety. So, yeah, we're all set. How's it going? So one thing we can check is the prog. And our fuel's coming up, which is nice. 49 minutes. Yeah, I'd love to go there one day. So 318 TAS, we filed 311, so, and we planned 311, so that's 7 knots. It's pretty good. Bloody marvelous. Why is that shaking? Is it faulting? No. There you go. There you go. I've turned the ground mapping mode on. So it should, if I adjust the tilt, it should give us a return, no? But I've got it on auto tilt. Oops. There we go. That's the mode that I like. So this is in auto leg mode, which means it's going to automatically sequence the waypoints as we go past them. If it was in manual leg, we'd have to do it ourselves, and if we do select course, it's similar to an OBS mode where you could take a bearing in or out from that particular point and even set it up with the course so you'd get deviation left or right of it. I don't know if it'll destructo our flight plan if I put it into selecto course, but you know. Oh, excuse me. Pretty bloody marvelous. I wish there was one of these on FS Economy so I could buy one. But unfortunately, they don't exist. You wouldn't want to be sitting in the lav seat. It'd be as loud as anything back here. Ugh. They will soon. I should turn these lights back on. So we're not going all that quick. We're doing 300 knots ground speed. But we're slowly but surely getting there. We can start having a think about looking at some business here. Like the ATIS is on 2062. Oops. Probably won't pick it up just yet, but we'll keep it there in case we need it. 2062. That's all fine. Bloody marvelous. It's pretty quiet in the back, like at the normal seats.
786 Bravo Papa, fly heading of 020 when able, clear direct Dunmore.
020 and then when able directed Dunmore for 786 Bravo Papa. Alright, heading 020. What happened to the right side? Oh no! Did we lose it? Nav to display 2, check breaker. It's gone. Alright. Stand by. I got a couple of things here. 17.2. I wonder if it overheated. Okay, heading 020. And we need this to be also nav source VOR1. Wait. Let's check the breaker. Thank you, sir. We got a lovely little shortcut. Alright, let's check the breaker. So I'm just going to reset it once. There it is. I'm going to reset it once, and then if it pops again, I'm not going to do anything. Nah, popped again. Okay. We'll just leave it then. So we have a nav display fault with the code of 2ND1. We should probably look up a fault code, hey? See what that means. Just hold the breaker down, tape it down. Yeah, okay. Let me have a look. Let me look up the fault codes. I wonder if they'll be in the book here somewhere shortly. That's all performance. Procedures. It might not. Oh, here we go. Control F. Oh, yeah. I don't think it's one of those, I don't know if it's one of those ones that will let you search. It's not past or whatever it is. Here you go, this is the flight displays. MFD, oh, here you go, display failure. But that's for the ICAS, that's not a code. This manual is the real plane. I should check the actual manual that comes with the plane. Code. There we go. Fault. Fault. Code. There we go. Avionics, any active fault codes. Crew notes. Here we go. For example, okay. Crew notes are accessed from the index screen and contain any items programmed through the database unit. I'm not sure. I wish there was a list of the fault codes. This is the flight manual. It might be in the other manual. And you can get the manual now. This is the airplane manual. No, it's not. That's the flight manual. Here it is. This is the operating manual. Here we go. He did give us direct, so let's just center up and then go to direct. Oh. Sort of playing wishy-washiness on me, so we might just hold the heading for now and sort of fly towards it, just so it doesn't go all over the joint. But we're still 115 miles away, so it's being a bit wishy-washy on me. Route library, re-inits. Storing a route, revising a route, renaming a route, fuel management, database errors, course heading. How long will this flight be? We're 112 miles from the airport. So 20 minutes. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's a nice descent profile. Trip planning. Revising a route. System control functions. You'll put the cheat sheet away. I don't use either of them dad game time, I'm sorry. So I couldn't tell you. I'm sorry. I'm sure they're both good in their own right. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. What's this say? Avionics status display. Okay. It doesn't tell me. I think this might be a maintenance thing. Thank you, ailerons. Enjoy walking the doggo. That might be a, it may just be, oh, here we go. Status. Just says off check breaker, so. So we didn't, I don't think it was an overheat. I think it was just a trip somehow. So this is Collins. You know, I could use that Google thing I've heard so much about. Collins, Bolt, code 2ND1. Didn't come up with anything. But someone mentioned the other day that having the CBs under a panel like this, I don't know why, but wouldn't they have a lot of heat to them? Wouldn't this be quite warm under there? Wouldn't it generate heat? I don't know. Mick, thank you for the 34 months. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing really well. Alright, let's see if we can pick up the ATIS again.
Success. Advise on initial contact. You have information Yankee.
Yankee.
Jackson Hole Airport. 8. Information Yankee.
Yankee.
2356 Zulu. Wind 230 at 12. Gust 19er. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 24. 2.1. Altimeter 3014. Arriving and departing runway 19er. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Yankee.
Okay, we got Yankee. Sounds like they've shut up. Sounds like they've sounds like they've changed the ATIS lady. She sounds doesn't even sound like Microsoft Sam anymore. Oops. So we're now direct to Dunmore. Nope. And I think that sequenced it because we were in the auto leg mode. So if we go back to manual leg, previous waypoint, yeah, there we go. Direct DNW. Huh. Maybe it's because it's within the sort of intercept there or something. Not sure. Yeah, we're sort of holding it here anyway. That was interesting. Yeah, I'll have a look once I get a little bit more of a... oops, once I have a little bit more of a moment. That's cool though. I don't wanna push it again. I don't want to cause like a fire or something, because that would not be ideal. So we might just leave it popped for the time being. And as long as ours doesn't go. So 2872. I'll probably have to talk to Salt Lake at some point here. So com 2872. Salt Lake's on 3325. And then 118075 for the tower. Oh, that was an eventful flight. We lost a nav display here. Stakes will need to fix it, hopefully. Hopefully Stakes can fix it for us. But that was kind of cool. I need another coffee. Although it's probably a bit late. Alright, so the elevation of the field is 6.5. So we'll call it like 8 that we need to get down to. So 30 minus 8 is 22. 3 22s is 66. So probably figure out a descent here shortly. The problem is from this direction we'll be approaching from the south. So it's going to probably end up being like a visual approach anyway. I think those are the Tetons there, so I think the airport's down here. That sounds about right. We've also got this quite a large lake here, which is one of the lead-in features I saw before. And I think that's where that Alpine airport is, that housing community that's got the airport community with houses on it. I think it's down here in this little lake here. Yes, I do know what it means, Cyberdanks. I do indeed. Very grand and very Teton.
Alright, g'day folks from the flight deck. This is your cap speaking. Shortly on descent into Jackson Hole. I'd like to invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of your flight here today.
Interesting, isn't it, Cyberdanks? Bloody marvelous. To our right. Down here. Alright, so we're 60 miles from Denor. So, probably requested a set here in a sec. Actually, let me call him up. Am I on the right frequency? November 786 Bravo, Papa, request descent.
For 6 Bravo Papa, just maintain flight level 240.
2406 Bravo, Papa. Alright, let's do VS. So I usually don't use the VS mode because it's a little bit, it's not janky, but it can be a little bit aggressive. So 2020 and 2024 at the same time, from what I understand. Alright, procedure for display fails set, okay, on the outboard revisionary panel, this one. There you go. Nice. I love that. That's sick.
For 6 Bravo Pop, contact Salt Lake Center 133.25.
3325, 6 Bravo Papa. Salt Lake, g'day, November 786 Bravo Papa's through 28 for 24. Information Yankee, and we're happy with a visual approach.
786 Bravo Papa, so Salt Lake Center, expect that, center maintain 14000.
14000, November 786 Bravo Papa. Bloody marvelous. Alright, so I'm just trying to get all this stuff going. Alright, so 108, 187 and 1091. 1091, 187. Nav source, VOR2, centered, nav. Down we go. Like a holler. Isn't that like a, isn't that, more common out towards Kentucky way? I don't know. Anyway, looks like we're picking up the ident, which is good. So we're going to do a visual approach backed up with the ILS. It's a beautiful day, so we may as well. There you have it. I already forgot what the QNH was, so we're just going to cheat. I'm going to look. Altimeter setting is 13014. 3014. Alright, we should run the descent checks. Alright, descent checklist pressurization. We need to set it to 500 feet above the elevation, which is 7. Set. Rate knob as desired. Standby altimeter is set. No smokes and seat belts. Ding-a-ling. Power as required. Lights as required. Checklist complete. There we go. Bloody marvelous. Yeah, I see an airport around here. Oh, there it is. Bloody marvelous. So we're about 15,000 feet AGL here. We might bring it down a bit quicker. If I was a better pilot, I would be flying this with a IAS hold for the descent. It's a little bit more smoother for the pitch changes. But at least for VS, I can just sort of set and forget it, and then we can just look at the speed. And what was Jackson Hole? It was 1154. 1154, which will be our next one. Where'd the bloody airport go? Oh, there it is. Bloody marvelous. Alright, through 18, we should probably get a ding-a-ling here in a sec. Unless I turned it off. Maybe it's only on the climb that we get it. It was 3014. Okay, oh, look at that. There's the ground map coming in. That's cool. So I've got the terrain, the weather radar and ground map mode, so it's now drawing the peaks and stuff there, which is awesome. Oops. What did I do there? Oh, I must have ranged up or something. is. Alright, so we're going down to 14, which will work nicely. And I'm actually going to turn that off. Goodbye. Want to go? Oof.
For 6 Bravo Papa, turn left, heading 290, descend and maintain 13000. Do you have the airport in sight?
290 to the left, 13000, a firm, field in sight, 6 Bravo Papa.
786 Bravo Papa, cleared visual approach, runway 19.
Cleared visual approach 19 November, 6 Bravo Papa. Boop. You call that an airport? I do indeed. That's cool. It's sensing we're on the back course, which I kind of find funny. But we are cleared of visual approach, so we're just going to keep doing that. And let's... can't let the airplane have all the fun. So that's cool. That it's sensing that we're in a back course. As we go a beam to it... There it goes. That's awesome. Look at that. So if we're more than a 90-degree intercept, it somehow senses that we're on the back course of it, and it comes up with a back course indication. And then once we're perpendicular inside of 90 degrees, it goes, oh, correct sensing or normal sensing. Isn't that cool? How does she hand fly? Really, really nicely. I love this thing. What a beautiful thing to fly. I've just got it all out of trim though. Could have just been a random failure crash. Could have just been a El Random-o failure-o. Oof. It's a little bit bumpy coming in. Oops.
Number 6 Bravo Papa, contact Jackson Tower 118.07.
1807, 6 Bravo Papa. Jackson Tower, g'day, November 786 Bravo Papa's on a visual approach 19.
For 786 Bravo Papa, Jackson Tower, runway 19, clear to land.
19, we're clear to land, 786 Bravo Papa. Okay, gear down. Uh-oh. 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 Okay. Uh-oh. Shouldn't be too fast for the gear. 200 knots. Interesting. Oh, I think it just dropped then. Oh. Okay. Let's get the forward wing out. Alright, we're down 3 green. And the flap is in transit. I was a little bit worried there for a second. Alright, forward wings out. Speed's good. Gears down 3 green. Alright. Should do it without the gear, Andre. Yeah. That was interesting. Alright, we're blue line in 10. We're stable. Just coming back on our tracking here a little bit. Alright, here we go. Approach speeds. Check pressurization is doing good. Brakes, excuse me, smoking and seatbelts on. Auto feather. Pitch sync off. Prop sync off. Auto feather on. Flap and forward wings extended. Lights are good. Autopilot's away. Prop sync off. Radar is off. Yaw damper. It's cleared. Alright. we're good. A little bit low now. Oh. There's that crosswind. Checklist is complete. We are cleared to land. I've never landed this thing in a crosswind before, so really don't know the technique for it. We'll just try our best. That's the gear speed there. 200. Oof. Okay, here we go. Maybe I was... Maybe I was just a little bit quick for it. Oh. A little bit firm, but not all that bad. Not, oh, that's not all that ideal. Probably should have taken that one. How's the prop reverse? It's good. I was in beta just then, so I haven't even used the brakes yet. There we go. That squeaking noise there is the brakes.
For 6 Bravo, Papa taxi to parking via Alpha.
Alpha to parking, 6 Bravo, Papa, g'day. This is us here. Alrighty. Let's do the old retracto. There's the old retracto. I think I love this plane too much to GE, I'm sorry. Normal landing, max reverse, balked landing, after landing. Alright, let's grab these fellas. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, doop, doop. I definitely do love this plane too much.
Pilot.
Alright, we'll disconnect. Here's Jackson Hole Aviation. Oh, there was someone. I don't know who that was. Oh, it's Revive Me, bro. Thanks for flying. Oh, don't stop here, you goose. Come on. That was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm sorry it took so long on the ground, but it's quite in depth to do this full procedure-wise. And it's only me, so better safe than sorry. Alright. Let's just park it here. It is a shiny truck, isn't it? Alright. So what did we land with fuel-wise? Is what I'm curious about. 700 pounds, so we did good. We did really, really well. Alright, we also had a display failure. So nav display 2 went. I don't know why, but it went. So we had to run it in reversion mode here. So we lost this fella. Let's see if we can press it in again. And then put it back to norm. There it goes. It's booting up and warming up. And then it just tripped again. So, I don't know. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. See if there's a failure. One active failure. Right ND. So, mean time between failure was 2,000 hours. And it decided to go on this flight. Lovely. No, I don't. I think it'll release in the morning at some point. Dad game time. Thank you for hanging out, and thank you for all the facts. I'm sorry I didn't get to read a lot of them at the end there. I got a bit busy. Okay, let's shut it down. This plane's releasing tomorrow. Moet, it is. This is the Collins 4, I think. Collins 4, maybe. It is, isn't it, Widdoms? Nice to see you. Oh, wait a minute. So that was what I was talking about before. That's the standby indicator with the bat power on. So that's something you got to check as part of the pre-flight. You got to make sure that is where it needs to be. Out we go. All right, lovely. Oops. There she is. Bloody marvelous. We can shut that fella off. Parking brake set, that's good. Switches are all where they need to be. Put that one back to normal, and then I guess the fixed one. Yeah, that's how it goes, Sticky. That's, you know, mean time between failure can be any time between now or the 2,000 hours, or not at all. So that's the way it goes. All right, let's head outside, and we'll chock her up and put the pins in. Hi, Jed. Oh, ow! We shouldn't put the plugs in because it was too hot, but or it was just hot, but that's all right. There you have it.